everyone, welcome back to weekly Korean live class. My name is Keijun. 안녕하세요, Keijun입니다. 혹 안녕하세요, 침치입니다. And as usual, thank you so much for joining today's live class too. How are you guys? And today is very special, very special. 오늘은 아주 특별한 날이에요. Today is a special day because look at 침침. 침침 took off his mask. 침침이가 마스크를 벗었어요. 침침이가 마스크를 벗었어요. I asked why. 왜 마스크를 벗었어? Why did you take off your mask? And 침침 said, 더워서요. 더워서요. It means because it's hot. Yes, it's because now it's finally 8월, August. So it's very hot. So, hello everyone, Practicia, Fairly, the cat crew, Antonio, Chris, 안녕, and Emily, and Kimana, whoo! And of course, Practicia and Maniac, and Facebook too. Thank you so much for joining today's class too. Today I'm going to talk about 8월, which means August in Korea. And before this, as usual, I have an announcement. And 안녕하세요, 가일론 and Rosemary and Jeboa. 안녕하세요 on Facebook too. So, what is the announcement? As usual, announcement is 공지사항, by the way, in Korean. 공지사항. 오늘은 공지사항이 있어요. 무슨 공지사항이냐면 짠! As usual, if you click the link in the description, you will see a page like this. Yes. What is this page? Here, you can actually download all my previous lesson notes. You know, I do weekly live class and I always make a lesson note. It's a summary of my lesson, or I give additional explanation of my lesson topic because I only do 30 minutes. 수업이 30분밖에 안 돼요. So my lesson is very short. It's just 30 minutes, so I want to give you more explanation, and in that case, here I put more explanation. And are you an absolute beginner? Then here you can also download the Hangul ebook. This is where you can practice writing Hangul, the Korean alphabet, Hangul. 짠, look at this. There are lots of lesson notes. So if you don't have any resources to learn Korean, like you don't have a Korean book, Korean application, or Korean school, Korean lessons, then I think this already have lots of information, so please check it out. This is very useful. See, there are a lot. I keep scrolling. It doesn't end. So yes, you have lots of free resources, so check it out. By the way, this is available for Korean Class 101 members. So if you are not a member, check out and sign up for koreanclass101.com. It's free. free. 무료예요. 무료. 공짜예요, 공짜. It's free. So please check it out. And I sometimes get a message from students. Hey, you said it's free, but your website is not free. Our website has lots of membership. It has free membership, paid membership. But to download these materials, you don't need a paid membership. These are free. You can download for free with your free membership. So ignore the paid membership if you are only interested in these materials. Of course, if you're interested in learning Korean with our Korean teachers, like me, you can get the paid membership, but that's not necessary to download these materials. This is a lot, right? I keep scrolling and it doesn't end. So anyway, let's talk about today's lesson. Ooh, more students are joining. Grace, Joy, Ella, 안녕하세요 on Facebook, and Cody, Rene, Disha, Martina, Imashi, Foxy, Sarvina. Okay, so let's start. Shout out Joy, yay! Oh, Ajit says thank you for the free PDF download. You are more than welcome. And 안녕 Cody, 안녕. So let's start. Today's topic is so important. So important because we are in August now, right? Is anybody in June or January. No, everyone is in August. So let's talk about Korea. What's happening in August in Korea? By the way, you can watch this. You might be watching this live after this live, and in that case, maybe you're watching in January or June. But at this moment, it's live and it's August. So let's talk about 8월 in Korea. As I keep mentioning, 8월 is August, 8월. And 안녕하세요, 폴리아나 씨, 안녕하세요. And Mary, 안녕. So, 짠, as I mentioned, yes, you can download this from the link in the description. So, check it out. Free, 무료예요. 무료, 공짜. I'm really selling it. Okay, so 첫 번째로는 날씨에 대해서 이야기해봐요. So first, let's talk about 날씨, weather. So what's the weather like in Korea? Yes. First, in Seoul, the capital of Korea, the highest temperature, 최고 기온은 30도예요. 30도. So the highest temperature in Korea is just 30 degrees. And the lowest temperature is 22 degrees. 최저 기온은 22도예요. So when you see this, how do you feel? I only felt, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, it's not very hot. 별로 안 더워요. Not very hot. 별로 안 더워요. I felt that. Because actually the temperature in 8월, August in Korea is much higher. Not only Korea, but all over the world too, right? Because of the climate change. 기후 변화 때문에 평균 기온이 높아졌어요. Because of the climate changes. It's a big problem these days, right? The temperature, average temperature, 평균 기온, average temperature, 평균 average 기온, temperature is getting higher and higher. 평균 기온이 높아지고 있어요. So it's getting higher and higher. And this is actually the average temperature of many years. I think like 30 years, 40 years. That's why it's lower, but actual temperature is very high. For example, right now in Seoul, let me check. Right now, Seoul, the temperature in Seoul is 32 degrees. 32 degrees. So actually, I'm showing you the average temperature from Google. But recently, 최근 기온은 훨씬 높아요. 최근 기온은 훨씬 높아요. So recent temperature is much higher than this. And let's look at Daejeon. Daejeon is almost the middle of South Korea and is 30 degrees as the highest temperature and 20 degrees for lowest temperature. And Busan too, second biggest city in Korea, it has 29 degrees. Oh, interesting. And also Jeju, the biggest island in Korea, here. It looks like this, but well, it's cut. So yes, Jeju is 29 degrees for highest temperature. 인도 델리는 28도예요? Ooh, so Korea is apparently hotter than Indo Delhi in India. Oh, Kwati, happy birthday, 생일 축하합니다. And Kishore, 안녕하세요. 당연히 기억하죠. I remember you. So in August, I would say Korea is very hot. 한국은 8월에 더워요. It's very hot. It's hot in Korea in August. 한국은 8월에 더워요. 엄청 더워요. Very hot. Or 매우 더워요. Very hot. And do you know another way to say hot in Korean? There are many different ways to say hot. hot, 더워요 in Korean. And today I prepared some words related to describe hot. So, 짠, the first word that I prepared is 무더워요. Yes, it's sweltering. So it's very humid and very hot. Humid and hot is 무더워요. 무더워요. And it's very hot. In the middle of summer is very hot. So I would say it's 무더워요. And 치아 감사합니다. And Christine, 안녕하세요 from Hong Kong. And Emily, you have the good word. 뜨겁다 is the dictionary form, and in the spoken form, polite spoken form, I would say 뜨거워요. And what's the difference between 더워요 and 뜨거워요? I mentioned this before, but it's a review time. For those of you who didn't watch my previous video, 더워요 is used when you describe the weather. Usually, you use this 더워요 to say the air is very hot. So you feel hot. 더워요. Usually for the weather, or you went inside to sauna. So the air is very hot, so you started feeling hot. In that case, you can also say 더워요, even though it's not the weather. You went to the sauna. The air is very hot, so you started feeling hot. So you can say 더워요. But 뜨거워요, as Disha said exactly, 뜨거워요, 뜨겁다 is used to express something is hot. So for example, you got the coffee. You ordered coffee in 카페 in Korean. So 카페에서 커피를 주문했어요. So you ordered the coffee in the cafe, and you got the coffee. And 뜨거워요. 커피가 뜨거워요 because something is hot. Or the sunlight, sun, 태양, sunlight. 태양이 뜨거워요 because 태양, sun is something too. Or you made a soup for your family, soup. And 수프가 뜨거워요. 수프, there are many ways to say 수프. Korean, it can be 국. Korean soup is 국. If you say soup, for Korean people, it sounds like the Western soup, or the foreign soup, like soup from another country. But Korean soup is 국. 국이 뜨거워요. Exactly, Kimana. 라면이 뜨거워요. It works too. 라면이 뜨거워요. 라면 is instant noodle. 라면이 뜨거워요. So something is hot, then we use this word. 뜨겁다. And 더워요 is usually for the weather, or the air is hot, so you're feeling hot. Then you can say, 더워요. Okay, great. Let's move on. By the way, I have a question. Is it 무더워요 in your country? 여러분의 날씨는 지금 무더워요? Is it sweltering in your country? In Korea, yes, it's very hot and humid. Another expression that I prepared is 후덥지근해요. So, 후덥지근하다. This is a dictionary form, and I explained this. 무덥다. Which one is hotter? 무덥다 is definitely hotter. 후덥지근하다 is like the air is very hot, so you feel stuffy. It's very hard to breathe because the air is very hot. So I would say 무덥다 is much hotter. So to Korean people, when you say 무덥다, it's so hot and humid. 후덥지근하다 is still humid too, but the air is hot and humid. So I would say 무덥다 is hotter. 무덥다 is hotter. So there are many ways to say hot in Korean. And I prepared only 2 of these, but actually there are more. But are you a super beginner? Are you an absolute beginner? Then please remember 더워요 first. 더워요 first. And Jewel, 안녕하세요. That's right. In Brazil is winter. 브라질은 지금 겨울이에요. You are right. So it's not hot. 브라질은 추워요. So it's cold there, right? Okay, so let's move on. So, as I mentioned, in Korea, it's very hot. 한국은 아주 더워요. 그래서 짠! We need to know 여름 필수품. 여름 필수품. Summer must have items for summer. 여름, summer. 필수 means must have. And 품 is like item. So 필수품 is just one word. Must have items. So what are 여름 필수품? 여름 필수품. 짠! First thing that you will see a lot in Korea is 휴대용 선풍기. 휴대용 선풍기. 휴대용 means portable. So you can actually carry. 휴대용. Something you can carry is 휴대용. Portable. 휴대용. 선풍기. 선풍기 means fan. So electric fan is 선풍기. 휴대용 선풍기. 휴대용 선풍기. You will see a lot of Korean people using portable fan. 휴대용 선풍기. Or you might see these too. 짠. 손풍기. 손풍기. Basically, 손풍기 is the same as 휴대용 선풍기. So it's kind of a slang word. 손 plus 선풍기. 손. What is 손? 손 means hand. Hand is 손. And 선풍기 means fan. So it's just shortened form of hand 선풍기. So 선풍기, portable fan. So you can call 선풍기 or 휴대용 선풍기. 디샤, 저도 휴대용 선풍기가 있어요. 저도요. I have 휴대용 선풍기 too. Oh, it's there. I should prepare it. And 짠, another thing is 선크림. 선크림. So this is Konglish, Korean English. sun. 크림. So 선크림. And I saw some of foreigners thinking, sun cream, that's a cream for sun, right? So when you want to get tanned, you need to use sun cream, right? No, this is opposite. So 선크림 is basically sunscreen, sunblock. Korean people prefer to have whiter skin, or the sunlight make your skin old, got wrinkled easily. That's why Korean people use lots of sun cream in summer. 여름에 한국 사람들은 선크림을 많이 사용해요. So a lot of Korean people use sun cream a lot. Korean people use lots of sun cream in the summer to keep the skin younger. So 선크림 is must-have item. Okay, so 니노이 안녕. And 가일론 오키. Okay, great. Next thing is 양산 is parasol. I wouldn't say this is must-have item, honestly. Not every Korean people have it. Some Korean girls who care about the sunlight a lot have parasol. 양산. By the way, do you know parasol too? Parasol versus 양산. So in Korean, we use parasol, this word too. Parasol. And what's the difference between parasol and 양산? Quality exactly. These days even SPF 50 is recommended, and SPF 50. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Basically, 양산 is an umbrella. You can carry that. You can carry 양산 in your daily life because it's not so heavy, it's not too big, and it's for just protecting yourself from the sunlight. So 양산. Emily, exactly. 양산이 for sunlight, sunburn. 크라운은 is similar to 우산. It's small as 우산, but in Korea, we use 양산 and summer differently. Summer is only for rain, and actually it looks like this. So 우산, it looks like this. But usually 양산 has lace. It's more decorative for girly decoration with flower design. It's flowery, and usually you cannot. It depends on 양산, but usually you cannot avoid rain from 양산 because sometimes it's just that lots of lace flowers. So 양산 and 우산 are different basically. So for me, I do have 양산, and it has flower design, and it's smaller. Usually it's smaller, and it's just for protecting yourself from sunlight, sunburn. And 우산 is for rain, and in many cases it doesn't have like SPF 50 function, but 양산 is using a special material to protect yourself from the sunlight. So does it make sense? And parasol is huge. You never carry parasol in Korea because it's huge, and you use it in the beach. And I think you use parasol with several people. Does it make sense? Parasol is huge and it's used in the beach, and of course you can use parasol for one person, but you can even use 2 people, 3 people. So parasol. Okay, another thing. 짠, you need sunglass. 선글라스가 필요해요. You need sunglasses. 선글라스가 필요해요. But please know that Korean people don't use sunglasses in daily life. It depends on the person, but some people who are really care about their fashion and they're very fashionable, then they use sunglasses in the street. But in daily life, we don't really use sunglasses. So if I use sunglasses and meet my friends might say, "Hey, are you a celebrity? Why are you using sunglasses in the city?" We use sunglasses in the beach or when you went on a trip. We use sunglasses a lot when we travel in other countries, especially. But in Korea, especially in the big city, unless you care about your fashion, you use sunglasses as a fashion, or you worry that, a lot of people will notice me. I'm a celebrity, so I have to use sunglasses to hide myself. In that case, you will use sunglasses. But other than that, we don't really use sunglasses a lot like other people in the country. In the city, 도시에서는 선글라스를 많이 쓰지 않아요. So I also don't use sunglasses a lot in the big city. 짜잔! 짠! So let's talk about the public holidays and event in Korea. Public holidays, 공휴일, 이벤트. 짜잔! 7월 7석 is double seventh day. 7월 means July and 7석 is 7th. So July 7th is a special day, is double seventh day. As you can see here, it's a very sad story. So there is a couple who love a lot, but they don't work enough. Because they love so much, so they want to date. And the god was angry. So hey guys, you shouldn't be together so much because you don't work anymore. So hey, separate. But you can only meet on July 7th, lunar July 7th. So 7월 7석 is a special day when they can meet together. They can meet. That's why we think this is a special day. This is a day for this couple. This couple from the 하늘 sky. So I'll make this story short because, well, it's not the main story, but hopefully I can introduce this story more in the future. So this is July 7th. Teacher, this is July, but why are you introducing in August, 8월? Because this is lunar July 7th, which means it's based on the lunar calendar, and usually it falls on solar calendar, and usually is in August. 8월에 있어요. 8월에 있어요. Yes, Frank, they need to work. Everyone work. Because they have work, and their work is very important for human. Next is 짜잔! 광복절 is a liberation day. It's Independent Day. 광복절, August 15th is 광복절. Korea is liberated from Japan. Yay! That's why we celebrate this day. Luna Valentine. Kind of is, I would say it's a traditional Valentine's. But it's not a romantic holiday for Korean couple anymore, so I wouldn't say it's Valentine's Day. Next, we have summer vacation. Yay! This is summer vacation for students only. For workers like me, no, it's not 여름방학. 여름방학 usually starts in July and ends in August. So it's only for student, 초등학교 학생, so elementary school student, 중학생, middle school students, or 고등학생, high school student. 여름방학. So Orville, nice to see you. And also, this is for workers. 휴가철, vacation season. Yay! Yes, I went on 휴가, right? Vacation to other country. So yes, it's 휴가철, vacation season. A lot of Korean people to travel to the beach or another good cities. Hopefully I can introduce that in another day. But 짠! Oh, by the way, if you just joined the live in the middle of live, you can download this lesson note from the link in the description. Okay, let's talk about festival. Yes, Korean people go to this kind of festival too, or beach. So let's talk about Korean 축제. I chose some of them. So 울릉도 오징어 축제. 울릉도 is a island located in east part of Korea. So 울릉도. And in 울릉도, it has very famous thing, which is 오징어, squid. Korean people love squid so much. We love 오징어. 한국 사람들은 오징어를 진짜 좋아해요. I personally like 오징어 too. So we have lots of dishes using 오징어, and I heard in other countries you don't really eat 오징어. It's good. But I know in other countries, in some countries they don't like squid, but if you come to Korea, just try it. 오징어는 맛있어요. Squid is delicious. So yes, so here there are lots of different events related to squid, like catching a squid, or they frozen the squid and get the squid from the ice, or there are a lot of them. So if you are interested in Squid Festival, check out. This island is located in East South Korea. Okay. So next thing is 제천 국제음악 영화제. 제천 is a city. It's a city in the middle of South Korea and located in 충청북도. 제천 is the name of a city. 국제 means international. 국제. And 음악 means music, and 영화 means film or movie, and 제 from festival. So it literally means it's at 제천 International Music and Film Festival. So here, 침침이 어디 갔어요? 침침이 여기 있어요. So here, you can hear lots of music from the movie, or you will watch lots of movies related to music. So basically, it's a music related to films or films related to music. So yes, if you love the film music or music from the movie or music related film, this will be really cool, like this. And this is not a big city, so you can see a lot of stars and it's cool. 제천 국제음악영화제. Another festival is 통영 한산 대첩 축제. So 통영 is the name of the place. So 통영 한산 is the name of the place, and 대첩 축제 means a great battle festival. So long time ago, do you have 101 Korean coin? There you will see the general 이순신. And one of the most famous battle that 이순신 did is 통영 한산 대첩. So here you can see how the general 이순신 did the battle against Japan with only few ships. So check out. It will be very fun. I love the film festival. Me too. Okay. Kailon, you're right. Squid is 오징어. 짠. And also I want to introduce the famous Korean beach. 해수욕장 is beach. 짠. 부산 해운대. Actually, I chose this because it's one of the biggest, I would say it's the biggest 해수욕장 beach in Korea. And if you want to go to the beach and relax, I wouldn't recommend Busan 해운대 because there are crazy amount of people. And if you want to enjoy the busy beach with a lot of people, with a lot of events, festivals, then this will be very interesting. Yeah, because there are a lot of things to enjoy. It's not for relaxing. Yes, if you want to go to a quiet, relaxing beach, I wouldn't recommend. But this, if you want it's like amusement park. Think about amusement park. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of things to enjoy. Then Busan 해운대 would be very interesting. Young people go there to enjoy and to meet other girls and boys. And 을왕리 해수욕장. 을왕리 is a place. 을왕리 해수욕장 is not very far from Seoul. That's why I'm recommending this, because a lot of travelers, tourists like you, a lot of 관광객, tourists travel only in Korea. Only in Seoul, Korea, Seoul, and they don't have time to go to the beach. In that case, you can try 을왕리 해수욕장. And I studied in Korea, and a lot of Korean students, especially university students, 대학생, goes to 을왕리 해수욕장 to have MT. MT is a Korean English, Konglish, is membership training, and they go to 을왕리 beach to have a great time with other university students or same members in a club, university club or university major. So you will see lots of Korean 대학생, university students. It will be really fun. Oh, Scott, you went to Haeundae last week. Surprisingly, it was not crowded. Oh, and I think people are coming soon because it's hot and it's 8월. 짠! Next, 협재 해수욕장. 협재 해수욕장 is located in Jeju Island. The biggest Korean island located in South Korea. And as you can see here, look at the color of the beach. Ooh. Yes, it's emerald, it's white, it's emerald, it's blue. The water is transparent, so it's very beautiful. Check it out. Okay, so yes, if you join the live in the middle of the class, yes, check out the link in the description. You can get lots of free learning materials. And yes, it's over. So next week I'm going to introduce Korean traditional story, Korean folk story, which is 흥부와 놀부, 흥부, and 놀부. It's the name of the title of the story that I'm going to introduce. It will be August 11th. And yes, it's Thursday, 1 p.m. in Korean time. So yeah, please join in. Let's talk about traditional Korean story. It will be great reading practice. Plus, you can learn lots of expression and vocabulary. So, 감사합니다. And anyone who are interested in doing 숙제, homework, 짜잔, here you are. So, what is your favorite things to do in August in your country? You can write it in Korean or even in English too. Please let me know in the link, in the comment below on YouTube and Facebook. And if you want me to check personally on Instagram, you can tag me on super Cajun. If you tag me on Instagram story, I can check it. And thank you very much for learn Japanese. 감사합니다. Learn Korean now. Learning Korean now. Thank you very much for your support as user. 감사합니다. So, lesson is over. I've gotta go and 춤춤 will say bye. 감사합니다. 다음 주에 봐요. 안녕.